Hi, we're going to do a RCV axle install. The axle we have right now is a Dana 60 out of a late 70s truck, and here we go. The easiest way to start is to actually assemble this thing on the bench. And you're going to want to start with the inner shaft. Remember, when you put that snap ring on, the snap ring goes to the bell. Now, when you're trying to line, you need to get it fairly square, even if your things are a little off center. You may need to take a little screwdriver to help tuck that snap ring in. If you work it a little bit, it'll go in easy enough. Okay, we've got that in. Now, we want to put on the stub shaft, and this is going to be the same thing. Snap ring to the bell. Little help. All right. Now, actually, I don't need that one yet. I'm going to work it a little bit. You really want to get the two ends in, and then you should be able to, I'm using my thumbnail here, and maybe with two people this would be even easier. But just stick with me. If it was easy, you wouldn't need an instructions. All right, we have our assembly. Okay, let's take it over to the buggy. Okay, here's the install tool we've designed. It may look a little off-center and strange, but it's made for multiple applications. Some of these axles are certainly different. In this case, center to center for these top two is different than the rest of them, so that's when it starts getting a little bit strange. So what you want to do is, you're going to have to work it around a little bit, flip it around, find out what works best for your combination, and mark it. It's yours. I've got this so that this hole is pretty well centered. It doesn't have to be perfect, just so that you know what you need. I've got it marked with my arrow. Okay, I know how I'm going to use it. Open up the knuckle, slip the cup in, slip the cup in. Okay, square it back up. Now we're going to put in the axle shaft and a little bit of grease, for sure on the sealing surface, a little on the splines. There was already a little bit already. So, all right, this is going to need a little help as it goes through the cup, but it will go. Use the thing as its own little slide hammer. And all right, now we're in. Next step is going to be that install tool, a little bit of cleanup. I don't have my surgeon's gloves on. Then again, I'm not a surgeon. If you do these a lot, you're going to want to get some, in this case 7/16 fine thread nuts that aren't lock nuts, so that you can run this in and out easier. However, these 7/16 are lock nuts, but they're completely worn out. How far in you take these is going to be a little bit up to you and your application, different tolerances. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect once again. It's just a retainer for the so that the bell won't come out. All right. Now, what you might want to do, if you're doing this alone, you can use your leg as a rest. You pull it all forward. Okay? Now, I got a little bit of gap here between the cup and the axle hub. A couple of pry bars. You have to get behind the taper of that cup. Get a good firm grip on both your bars, and you're pretty much going to know when it's home. That's it. checking, but we're in. We're in. We can remove our install tool. And you are ready to install your spindle.